Hey ladies, I'm Jennifer Vincent and I'm from the Community-Based Services, and I've been asked to come here today to do 8 sessions with you on as a support group for depression, hopefully to learn some techniques to counteract negative self-talk and be more productive on the job so that you can help students and such on your job. First of all, though, before we get started, is I need to go over a statement of confidentiality with y'all. Legally, with the HIPAA laws and the 42 CFR law, which is substance abuse law, you are protected. You have certain rights that you're protected under. That when you disclose something, so that you can feel safe and talk among the group, that you can feel safe to talk and feel like it will be private, and I want to protect your rights. But there are certain things that when certain things come up, like if you disclose child abuse, or you disclose that your intentions of harming someone, or possibly a domestic violence case where you're telling me that you are being hurt, then I'm obligated by the law to report certain things. So when you're in the group, I want you to feel safe, but I want you to be mindful of these things that I may have to report. Now, if you do say something, I'll try to stop you, but if you do and I feel like it's something I'm going to have to report, I will talk to you about that, and we'll discuss it before. I won't just throw you out in the open. But before we get started, though, I'd like for each one of you to just go around and we'll start over to the left and tell your name and something that is interesting about you that we don't, nobody would probably know by just looking at you, or maybe something that was positive happened this last weekend.
My name is Missy, and this past weekend I was able to get my Christmas tree put up. So I feel really good about getting all my decorations started a little early for the season.
And that makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Yes, it
I
does.
did the same thing.
Yes, it does.
Oh.
My front bedroom is full of all the gifts I bought, ready to wrap, trees up, because I thought my grandkids were coming.
Well, what is your name?
I'm Shelly.
Okay, nice to meet you. That's good.
Yeah. And as far as depression, my whole family's been diagnosed with it. So I'm not really depressed, but I have to work. I have to work, so I won't be. My sister received disability.
Oh, wow. Well, you can add a lot to this group.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your name?
My name is Patricia. I'm a job coach, and I help students with disabilities transition from high school into the workplace.
Well, that's rewarding, isn't it?
Yes, it's very rewarding.
I would think it would be working with students like that and getting to see that they're accomplishing stuff. Well, okay. Well, let's talk a little bit about this group. We'll talk a little bit about depression. As women, we have so many things around us. We are multitasking. We have hormonal balances, and that changes on us all the time. And sometimes health problems can trigger depression also. And so, but all these things, and I hope that we will be able to discuss different things that affect y'all as individuals, and also talk about how it affects you in your home life and on the job situation. Let's talk about, would any of y'all like to disclose a time when you felt depressed? I know that I have to deal with it. Unlike Shelly, I have to deal with it all the time, and as we're older, we develop ways of coping with it in our own way. But negative self-talk has a lot to do with how our depression. And if you'll think about, and this is what we want to do, is think about our negative self-talk and see how much we do that to ourselves. It's just constant. We talk ugly to ourselves all the time. And so we're going to work on that, hopefully. And so I'd like for y'all to tell me what you would like to get, how you feel about being in this group, and what you think you might, as an individual, like to get out of it.
I'll go first. I feel really pulled in many different directions. I know you mentioned multitasking, I always feel like somebody is pushing at me and pulling at me and needing me to do something. Whether I'm at work and people need their computers fixed or their technology fixed, or whether students need help with assignments. Then when I go home, I feel like my husband's very demanding. He needs help with a lot of things around the house. And then I have 2 boys. So, you know, there's always homework to be done. There's sporting events to get to. And I'm also kind of in that sandwich generation. My dad's 83, and so I have a lot of things to do to take care of him as well. So I feel like I have 3 different lives, and of course church work too. I have all of the people at church that seem to need things. And sometimes I get depressed because I don't feel like I can be everything that everyone needs me to be all at the same time. So
you are full. Your life is full.
Definitely. And I get depressed because I feel like if I'm helping one, or if I'm really doing what I need to for one person, then maybe I'm not doing so well maybe for my dad or something, you know. And I feel pulled in so many different directions, and sometimes I just need a little time for me. Yeah. So I'm really kind of excited that maybe to talk to other women that are maybe experiencing the same kind of things.
Do you think that makes you feel guilty when you can't get to everybody?
Yes, very. I lay awake and worry that maybe I haven't, how many days has it been since I've talked to Dad, or maybe, we didn't spend enough time on that homework assignment. Maybe, maybe I needed to spend more time studying with Matt or Mason, that kind of thing.
Sound like just a really good mom and
all
around person and work and everything. But yeah, I can see where that would just be.
But it's hard, and like I said, everybody
everything.
needing something at one time, it's kind of chaotic.
And so sometimes you just feel overwhelmed and down, don't you?
Right.
So
I think you can go along with me. I'm a single mom, so this job just doesn't do it. I've got a son in college, and so I have this job, and then I clean houses on the side, and I get wore out a lot. And it seems like every time my sister always says, how come you, like if my car breaks or the roof, or she said, how do you do that? Why are you so upbeat? Wow, I said, Vicky, I can't take to the bed every time something bad happens. It's over, it's done with, you have to move on, but it's hard to do that sometimes and not say poor on me.
Well, not focused on it. You sound like a very strong person. So you go through everything you go through. Yeah, you do get hard. And that some of that, when you work yourself to death like that, it bears on your health. And then, of course, there's your physical reasons that for depression to build also. So, anybody else?
My husband, back in 2005, had a accident and lost his vision, and that has put a lot of strain on our lives and our marriage and things. So that's that's been hard and rough at times. But
Oh goodness, I couldn't imagine. That would be. I think that would really be hard. Well, how do y'all feel like what's your best technique that you can share with each other about how you get through it? Now, I know that when I'm depressed, what I do is my spiritual life is real important to me, and I sometimes admittedly end up in the bed some days, and I just feel like I just have to pray myself out of it. So we all have our own techniques about it, and our negative self-talk is just really irrational when we think about it. But that's how I kind of deal with my depression. What about, y'all have any ideas of how you deal? What's your best tactic?
I definitely, to rely on my spirituality, I rely on the Lord to get me through everything, because without Him I couldn't do anything, any day, for sure. But I find that it seems like when I accomplish more, like putting the tree up this weekend, it seems like the more that I can accomplish, then it makes my life a lot happier. It makes me feel better. If I'm accomplishing, then it makes me feel better about everybody else too.
I'm the same way. It seems like you just can't sit and enjoy yourself. If I feel like if I'm off work or something, I have to accomplish something that day, or it's a wasted day.
You feel guilty because you wasted a day. Let's hold on just a second and stop.